Today's video is about orchestral arrangement. I received a lot of messages asking for that, so here's the project of my track Pirates, which of course includes some themes from the original soundtrack of the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. If you want to listen and download for free the full track, it's on my SoundCloud. Let's start with the organ. It's a patch from Nexus, and without EQ and reverb sounds like this. Too many lows, so I use this EQ, and this big reverb, it's 8 seconds decay. This is how you give it a church effect. Then we have a solo voice. This one is from Voxus 2, it's called the Solo Soprano, and it's doing a melody. And as you can see, I automated the expression to give it more realism. And here we have a drone effect. It's pretty basic. Moving on, we have these staccato strings, and I use these velocity MIDI effects to humanize them. Here are the main chords following the organ. It's a patch again from Contact, this time Orchestral Essential, and you have a full orchestra playing. There's also this choir. It's doing this pattern just to add dynamics, so you have this kind of call and response. Then we have the brasses. And I'm doing again the expression modulation thing. They give a lot of energy here. Let's see now how I layer the bass. Starting from the lows, here we have our sub bass. It's just a simple sine wave. Then we have the low brasses for energy in the low section, but you can see I made space for the sub here. Then a distorted bass operating in the mid-band, it gives body to our sound. And then a top layer for more detail and stereo information. Then everything goes into this group where I added distortion and some OTT compression. As you can hear, the bass has no attack, and that's because I used the drums for that. Here's the high percussion and our low percussion. And for high frequencies, attack and rhythm, we use this military snare. And if we play the drums together with the bass, that's the result. Then we have this hybrid transition. Let me play it for you. As you can see here, I made this tempo automation to bring the track to 140 BPM. Okay, that's the main theme. Here we have a choir. It's the same we used before, and actually this is one of my favorite patches for background choirs. If you want to use it, make sure to EQ it in this way to get rid of the resonance around 2.5K. Then we have a string patch playing the same chords. Then we have the low brass section. And I use this brass staccato from Orchestral Essential, and as you can see here, again I cut out the lows because I used a synth sub. I always use this technique to separate the low register instruments of the orchestra and the sub bass, because I want it to be solid and mono and just to have a better control on it. The melody is played by the strings and these horns. I also use this fake guitar from Nexus to add more attack to the ensemble. And as you can see here, they're playing the top line but also the chords at the same time. Here we have our drum section, the same we used before, and then the snare and the crash, which is really important here. It gives a lot of high frequencies and power to the track. Here's without the drums, and with the drums. Thank you so much. See you next time.